What's going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets. We're checking back in. We got, week 14 best bet show coming at you guys here. As always, powered by Occupy Fantasy. Make sure you guys go check them out at occupyfantasy.com. They have everything that you need when it relates to DFS. The Big Fan Championship this week on FanDuel. They've had a ton of content for that. NHL, MLB, NBA, hockey, they got it all. So make sure you guys go check out occupyfantasy.com. Tell them I sent you. Use the referral link that is posted below. All righty. Week 14 is upon us. We come off another profitable show. If you guys have tuned in each and every week, we have had a very, very profitable season. It's 52-39 for about 15 units, 15.76 to be exact. So 52-39, great numbers here. We look to bounce, to build more on those numbers. And we got a spread, we got a total, we got our 3 props, and we have our VIP 7-point teaser once again that have been smacking. So that's good. And then we also have our anytime touchdown who's been hitting, I think, 2 or 3 weeks in a row. And then we are going to have our anytime touchdown parlay once again to end the show. And we just missed it last week, but we got 3 guys that I think we can score this week. All right. If you guys have any questions, make sure you guys throw those in the chat if you're on YouTube or Twitch. If you guys are on Twitter, please hit that repost button. That goes a long way. This show has grown each and every week, so it's good to see that everybody is joining in and cashing with everybody. All righty. So let's dive into our stacks of the week. So for the DFS landscape, it's similar to last week in the fact that I think we have a lock button type running back situation. I don't think it's as clear as last week's with Zach Moss. And I know people got burned by him and they're upset that he didn't score touchdowns, whatnot, but what he allowed you to do with your lineup was the main reason. And that's kind of the main reason why we're going to go back to that strategy this week. We are going to go, I'm going to lock button CEH. I know a lot of people could go with McKinnon if you wanted to. I don't mind that. But CEH at 4,200 just allows you to do a lot of stuff that you really, really want to do with your lineups. Put those heavy studs in, those expensive stacks. So we're going to go that route this week. Don't be afraid with CEH. I know he's kind of a bum when you look at it from a stats perspective, but if he gets the bulk of the carries, he should be against this Bills team. I think he catches a couple passes and can get in the end zone for sure. So make sure you guys lock button CEH 4,200. It allows you to do a lot of things that we need to do, especially with these stacks. So the first one that I'm going to go with that game. So I'm going to go the Buffalo KC game, and I'm actually going to stack it the KC side and then bring it back because otherwise if you do a 3-by-1, you're going to have CEH always coming back if you lock button. So you could either take him out of your stacks and 3-by-1, maybe go with Kelsey or Rashee Rice. But I'm going to go a 3-by-1 here with KC. It's both teams I think are going to have some fireworks. So this is definitely a game that always seems to be a good shootout. But the Chiefs going to lose 2 times in a row, or the Bills going to lose, I think, 3 times in a row? I mean, it's a big game here in the AFC. So what we got, the total is at 48.5. It's actually at 49. So 49, the highest total besides that Sunday night game, which everybody should be excited for that Sunday night game. That's going to be a huge game. But yeah, I'm going to run him back. So it's an expensive stack. But what we do with CEH, what we can be able to do is we can bring it back with Diggs, or we can bring it back with Kincaid or Gabe Davis, or you could stack it with Cook. But I probably would lean Diggs to Davis over Kincaid. You got Knox coming back, so you never know who's going to get hit, and I think Kincaid will be hit a little bit. And then I'd rather play probably Kelsey in this one over Kincaid. But it's going to be expensive, but you get that saver with CEH. And we do have a couple cheap wide receivers. I think there's 3 of them. Bateman's a good one. You got Mingo and you got Zay Jones, who can allow you to get some different things in your lineup. But those guys are cheap enough. I think they're 3,700s, 3,400s, 3,500. I think Mingo is on DraftKings. So it allows you to do a lot with your lineups to go to those expensive stacks like Buffalo and KC. Second stack that I particularly like. I'm not going to do my traditional 3x1 with this one, but it's going to be that Bears-Lions game at 44-point total. The Bears 2x1 stack is probably the way to go if you want it. If you're playing in the millie, you're playing maybe just a very, very huge contest, you could go 3x1, but man, it's so tough to do that with Justin Fields here. I would just run it Fields, Moore, and then you got coming back with Amon-Ra, come back with Jahmyr Gibbs. You could come back with Montgomery. I don't mind that, but I think I'm going to go with the more passive, explosive game. I like this Bears team in this situation. You could either take them to win outright, put them in a teaser, but I really, really like this number here against this Lions team, who's just struggled. Not struggled as of late because they get out that 21-0 lead against the Saints last week, but struggled to hang on. The Bears team played them hard at home. Jared Goff in cold weather. It's just it's never really, really good when you see Jared Goff go out into the elements. And I think he's got a below 500 ATS in outdoor games below 50 degrees. And I think it's going to be like low 30s in Chicago tonight or today. So next stack, we're going to go with a game that I really, really like. And it's been this Colts-Bengals game. This total's ticked up. I think it started at 41. So, but by the time we got the show on, it's 44. I'm still okay with that. This Colts team, I think they scored 27 points in a row for like 5 straight games or something like that. This offense is even with Minshew, it's clicking, and they have all the reasons to do it again here against this Bengals defense that has been in shambles. You saw Jake Browning on Monday Night Football. Do I think he repeats that same exact thing? No, but can he get close? Yes. I think Zach Taylor has put a pretty good system in place where he knows what he's doing, and he can sling the ball. And if you go with Higgins, you got Mixon out of the backfield as a safety guy, and then you also have Jamar Chase. So he's got all the weapons. Just make sure he doesn't make too many mistakes. But I think this 44 over is a little bit too low here. So we're going to go with the Indy 3x1 stack. So you could go Cincy 3x1, but I like the Colts side a little bit better. I think it's a little bit more funneled. Pittman, Downs. You could sprinkle in Pierce if you wanted to. I just think that was more fluky than anything last week. But Minshew, Pittman, Downs, and then if you want to go with Zach Moss again, he's going to be very, very popular. Again, he's not priced up accordingly, so he is the second biggest value on the slate. You can go ahead and play Zach Moss in those as well. Bring it back with Chase primarily. Bring it back with Mixon. Bring it back with T. Higgins. So we can see if this is maybe a T. Higgins week, but obviously Jamar Chase is a good bring back. All right, so those are the top 3 stacks here. Buffalo, KC, the Bears, Lions, and then you have this Colts, Bengals. Probably some runner-ups if you wanted to just go with San Fran 3-0. But the Vikings-Raiders game intrigued me. I just didn't get there. And then same with this Broncos-Chargers game. It's hard to trust either one of those offenses. You could potentially just be burning money if you go with any of those two. But you go the Russell Wilson side, you stack Sutton and Judy, you bring it back with Keenan Allen. I don't hate it, so I could see that one for sure. There are some weather issues today. It looks like in Baltimore it's going to be raining the whole game, but the winds aren't as bad, so rain doesn't really negate too much fantasy output. But you can see it beat a little bit. I probably wouldn't play Puka as heavy or Cooper Kupp as heavy, or maybe I think Zay Flowers, since he catches it so with a short A-dot, it's okay. And then the other game I think is that Jets game. The Jets game, which that totals 33, which is pretty wild. Some really, really low totals this week. That Jets Texans game, I think it's going to be raining in and out with some wins. But otherwise, it's not as bad as it originally was thought. We thought it was going to be some nasty weather in the Northeast, but I think it's just a couple games that get affected. So you could bypass those and just go with some dome games. So not a bad idea there. All right. So let me know if you guys have any other questions on the DFS landscape. I'll be in my Discord if you guys want to have any other questions on that front, or join Occupy's Discord on the link below. They'll have everything that you need. All righty. Let's go to our first play of the week. We got a team that we've backed multiple times in this scenario, and we're going to go back to them. And this is that ugly game I'm talking about, the Ravens-Rams game. And the line, I think, is a little deep, I think, but when you look at the situation at hand, I think that 7.5 is pretty warranted. But I'm going with the first half angle. Ravens first half -4.5, -102 on DraftKings. You have the Rams traveling across country, going to play in the elements. This is like a recipe for success that the Ravens just love to draw up. And if they could probably picture a game here, bring a dome team from the West Coast and bring them into the elements on the East Coast and just annihilate them. And I think this Ravens team will do just that, especially in the first half. They are 10-2 against the spread this season, 5-0 in their last 5. They have just annihilated teams in the first half. I think this should be on the exact same wavelength. I know Mark Andrews is no longer there. Isaiah Likely should be able to account for similar production, not all the way, but they have the run game here with Gus. Keaton Mitchell, who's been electric. And then you also have Lamar, who can run it out of the backfield. We got a comment here. We got Justin says, like that play. Yeah, we that one just screams Ravens to me, and just watch Stafford throw for like 400 yards in the first half. So that's probably what will happen. But no, Ravens first half. I like that one. Like this angle for Stafford in the elements. I know he's a tough guy, but I like the fact that the Ravens get the elements. Defense is very healthy, and Lamar should be able to run all over this team. All righty, we got our Dominic Brown. What's up, man? Says like that play as well. Appreciate that. We got our first total, and I kind of hinted at this already. We're going to go to that Colts-Bengals game, over 44. I kind of explained it in the DFS breakdown, but this Bengals team plays a lot of man coverage, and I think Pittman absolutely will shred this team. And you have Zach Moss in a very, very great matchup once again. I think he had seven touches within the 10-yard line, or 7 out of 10 or something like that, and didn't score a touchdown. So he's a great anytime touchdown play if you want to, but he's a little bit juiced, so put him in a parlay or whatnot. But I think this Colts team will score their points. I don't mind that the Bengals could score with what I saw out of Jake Browning on Monday night. I know Monday night's always a little bit more elevated. Everybody wants to make a good impression with the most watched game, but I think this Colts-Bengals game could have some good fireworks. Both explosive players on both sides. So I like this total. It's creeped up. It was at 41, and I think that performance moved it up to, I think, 42, 43, and now it's at 44. Not getting the greatest number here, but I'm still thinking it's a good bet to the over here. All right, and then our teaser. We got our VIP 7-point teaser. We're going to go with some dogs here, and we're going the Buccaneers +9. I expect the Falcons to win this game. I just don't expect the Falcons to blow anybody out. They just have not been able to do it all season long. They let teams hang around. And then you have the Bills-Chiefs game. Like I said, it's a very, very big game in the AFC. I don't think that the Chiefs can blow anybody out with that offense that they have, which is crazy to say. You wouldn't think you had that coming out of your mouth sometime this season, but it sure did. But we got the Bills, tease them up 7 from +1 to +8. I could 100% see the Bills winning this game. I have no doubts about that. I think they need it desperately. So I think the Bills are in do or die mode here. But to tease them up, +8 is fine with me. And then this Chargers team, they're not going to blow anybody out. I'm stunned that they're their favorites. I truly don't understand this line. If you want to take the Broncos to a money line +125, I'm totally fine with it. I'm just maybe Vegas knows something that I don't know about this Chargers team, that maybe Eckler is somewhat fully healed, or Josh Kelly is going to be their savior or something. I have no idea what this line is doing. But the Broncos defense has played very, very decent. I mean, way better than it was in the beginning. They've gotten healthy, and Sean Payton's got this team playing very well. But yeah, Broncos +3. I'm going to just tease it up just to be safe. I don't see this Chargers team blowing anybody out with all those guys hurt on offense for sure. And it's going to be Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnson comes to play, but Eckler has been a shell of himself. So you really got to think this Broncos team can keep it close. So just don't get beat by double digits, damn it. All righty. So we got the Ravens first half, Colts, Bengals over 44, and then we have our VIP teaser. That's for 1.5 units. I got that over on DK. All righty. We'll go our 3 prop plays. Let me know if you guys have any questions about fantasy start sit. I know this is right before the playoffs, so I know some crucial decisions are being made today. Then you have, if you've got any other player props that we don't discuss, or if you have any DFS questions, throw them in the comment section. Love to hear from you guys. All right, well, let's go with our first player prop of the week. We're going to go with a longest reception, and we're going to go with Davante Adams over 21.5 longest reception. And let me pull up the OccuProp radar from Occupy Fantasy. And as you can see, let's see, we can search. Let me take this off. Whoa, wrong screen. We got our OccupyFantasy.com here. We got the betting tab, OccuProp radar right here. And you just simply search. Let's search for Davante Adams. We pop it up, and they will have all available futures and available daily player props here. So we're going to go with receiving yards, scroll up. And where's the longest one? Longest reception. All right. So right here, then you can simply click bet now, and it goes right to the sports book. Make sure you guys use their deposit bonuses on their website as well, to if you're in those respective states. But yeah, Davante Adams over 21.5 longest reception, -114 over on FanDuel. It's over other sports books is at 22.5. And if you've watched some of these games with Aiden O'Connell, they've featured, which they should have been doing from the get-go. They should have featured Davante Adams. Now they're finally getting him, and they're finally getting him in space and giving Aiden O'Connell time to throw the ball deep. Great matchup here against Minnesota. Minnesota loves to blitz. If they have coverage, if they can block just a little bit for Aiden, this only takes one play. If they block a good time for Aiden, and they allow him some time, this will hit. He's gotten a 42-yard pass, a 46-yard pass, and a 33-yard pass the last 3 weeks. They are targeting Davante Adams, and they're targeting him deep. And they're with that blitz coverage from Minnesota, they're going to be able to get one-on-one man coverage with Davante, and I will take that any day of the week. So 21.5, I think this number should be in the mid-20s. Very, very low number. And I'm a big fan of Davante Adams, especially this week in DFS as a one-off to a couple of those stacks. Let me know what you guys think on that. Let me guys know if you guys have any other ones in that game. All righty. But yeah, Davante Adams, take that all day long. If you want to take his reception totals, it's 5.5, and he's got 6, 7, and 5. It's heavily juiced, but I just think Davante is in for a nice game here against this Vikings man coverage. And this was mentioned actually in the chat from Justin. He goes, I just took Pittman over 6.5 receptions, and I'll be damned as that's the next play. over 6.5 receptions. It's a no-brainer play. I know it's heavily juiced, but it's truly a no-brainer play. He's hit the last 7 games. He's gotten 9 receptions, 2, 8, 8, 8, 10, and 11. He has one of the highest target shares in the league, and he's second. I believe he's second in the league in total targets and 4th in receptions. So he is just getting heavily used, and Gardner Minshew just absolutely loves this guy. He is fine. He's truly becoming the wide receiver one there, right before everybody's eyes, and I think it's a little bit underrated, under the radar. He is. I mean, you got him on your pace team, you probably know, but I don't see him pop up in all these other projections or whatnot. And Pittman's a no-brainer this week. Again, the Bengals play a lot of man coverage, and I'll take Pittman versus man coverage all day long. He's got the highest target share against man coverage in the league at 29.5%. And it just screams a no-brainer. So probably going to have 3 catches for the day because it just makes too much sense. But it is juice, so I'm okay with this for 1 unit. Let's go to the Aki prop radar real quick. Let's see if there's any other value on that particular play. 6.5. So yeah, actually, wow, it creeped up to 7.5. So I literally put this in just before the stream. So this has gotten hammered within the last 20 minutes. So if you want to take it at 7.5, I probably would stay away. But 6.5 is what I got. I'll grade it at 7.5. How about that? We'll go 7.5 for the stream because this is what it is. And I just can't believe it just got steamed like that from literally 850 to 920. But that's what happens. And then Justin said he also took Adams 5.5. Yeah, receptions. I don't mind that whatsoever. Like I said, the receptions or longest. I'm gonna go to what he just needs 1 play. But yeah, Michael Pittman. Oh, we'll go 7.5. We'll go 7.5 at what is it? Caesars at plus 100. So 7.5 plus 100. We'll take that. Pittman's gonna have a great day. All righty. And probably another obvious play, which I don't know if this is completely obvious because I was going to give this out to the public last night because we had the what do we have? Well, we had the Taysom Hill news, and I thought that was going to just inflate this number like crazy, but it truly has kept it right there. And I think that's because Taysom doesn't really affect this player's player prop here as much as you would think. But we're going to go Alvin Kamara over 37.5 receiving yards, and that's over on FanDuel. He's going to get more high value touches in the red zone because they're not going to take Taysom. But I just think he's going to have a little bit more snaps, and having that, I just think this number has been there all season long. And the last 6 weeks, he's hit this in 5 of 6. He's got 91, 51, 44, 33, 50, and 58. I mean, this has been a cash cow this season for Alvin Kamara. And if you guys waited in your drafts for him, could potentially be a league winner for you. But yeah, Kamara here against this Carolina defense, who doesn't give up many receiving yards to the running backs because they're always in negative game scripts themselves. So they usually give up a lot of rush yards, which the Saints just struggle to rush the ball to begin with. Very, very beat up Derek Carr. Don't know how that's going to go. I just think that this is the safest way to go here with Kamara receiving yards in this game, who's cashed in 5 of the last 6. And let's bring up that prop radar. And as you can see, it's actually 35.5 on PointsBet. I don't use PointsBet, but you let me know if you can get that number. 38.5 over on Caesars, BetMGM, and DK. So 38.5 is fine. You can get it as low as 35.5. I went ahead and took it over on FanDuel for 37.5. Okay, so we got those. Those are 3 prop plays, and then our anytime touchdown pick to click. And let me pull that up on the Aki prop radar as well, because this is my infamous good old roller coaster odds that I like to find. Sorry, I'm looking at it on the OccuProp radar. So we are going to have Lamar Jackson. Let's bring up the here we go. Player to score a touchdown. Where is it at? To score 2 touchdowns. How about to score 1 touchdown? Here we go. So the roller coaster odds. So we got plus 125 on Caesars, plus 200, or sorry, on BetMGM, plus 200 on Caesars, plus 105 on DK, plus 130 on FanDuel, plus 140 on PointsBet. The way to go here is always I like to find the roller coaster odds and take the best odds here. And Lamar, if you think about this game in a sloppy rain game, some of you guys would say, "Oh no, he's not gonna risk getting injured," but they're gonna want to win, and he's their best option. I think that he's gonna take less chances of handing the ball off and taking himself in wet, crappy conditions, and taking himself a lot today. So Lamar Jackson plus 200 to score over on Caesars. He hasn't scored in about 5 straight games too. So I think he's pretty due. And he is the top rated quarterback for Occupy Fantasy this week. And I think it's for good measure. I think you're going to get a lot of production on the ground here from Lamar. And if he throws for a touchdown or so and runs one in, he could easily win some weeks for you. So Lamar here for an anytime touchdown. I'm also taking his first touchdown over on Caesars at plus 850. You guys can see it's all the way down to 550 on DK. Just crazy odds. So I like to take the highest odds on there when you see some value. Alrighty. And we'll go with our anytime touchdown parlay. Let's see what we can get. We're going to go Lamar Jackson, Bijan Robinson, and that is Josh Allen. Josh Allen here. That's plus 1163 over on FanDuel. I took that for 0.25 units. Just told you guys what I liked about Jackson, Lamar Jackson. Bijan should be able to get his. I think he's finally the RB1 that we've all dreamed of in the fantasy landscape. And then Josh Allen in close ball games seems to always find the end zone. He's scored in 8 of 10 games this season. You see that their season's on the line. He's going to take it on his shoulders and not trust anybody else like James Cook to score or Latavius Murray. It's going to be Josh Allen plus 1163 over on FanDuel. All righty. So we got our recap real quick. We got the Ravens first half minus 4.5. We got the Colts Bengals over 44. We got the 7-point teaser. The Bucks, the Bills, the Broncos, the Triple Bs. How about that for the 7-point teaser? We got Devontae Adams over 21.5 longest reception. So make sure, like I said, if you guys just tuning in, hit that replay button, and I'll explain what I like about that one. And Michael Pittman, this is actually going to be graded at 7.5 because that is what was shown on the screen. And 6.5 got steamed from literally 20 minutes ago. So we're going to go 7.5. I think it's for plus 100. I saw over on Caesars. Alvin Kamara over 37.5 receiving yards. I think it makes a ton of sense here. No Taysom. And in a game, I think that the Panthers can somewhat keep close because the Saints can't blow anybody out. And then Lamar Jackson plus 200 to score touchdown anytime. I'm also taking his first touchdown over on Caesars with the best odds. And then the Jackson, Bijan, and Josh Allen anytime touchdown parlay. As always, if you guys have any other additional questions, hit the link below to join the Discord. I'll be available all day long, 24/7. And let's get another profitable show. Let's get into the 20-unit range. How about that? The 20-unit range would be magnificent for this beautiful NFL season. Let's get after week 14. If you have any other questions, hit me up. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you guys tuning in. See you guys.